Hi guys, I am back with this week's new releases. We have just one release this week, and it is my next collab with Randy of PlannerPixieCo. This is another amazing exclusive art kit that I got to work with. So this collab's theme is the Flintstones. So first we have the Yabba Dabba Doo kit that was exclusive art by, I think Dusk is the one who does most of the art for Randy's exclusives, and she does a really great job with all the cartoons that we've been working with lately. I think she also did the Smurfs one recently. So here we have the kit, and this is one that I printed off for myself. So as usual, this is not like what you would get if you purchased from her shop. I did kind of edit it to suit my own personal planning style, and I also know that I'm going to be using it for this current week because I pretty much binged the show in preparation for this collab. So I'm definitely going to be using it for this week in real life. But yeah, all that is to say, this kit is my version, shall we say. And as you may know, I've been having inkjet printer trouble. So this one was actually printed on my backup printer, which is my Canon. So it has a little bit of trouble with reds. So the reds may look a little bit brighter on your screen than they do here. But yeah, all the other colors are pretty much true to color. So for this first page of full boxes, we have a lot of the characters and then a double box scene of their house. So we have Fred Flintstone over here, and then Wilma, and then Pebbles, their daughter, and then we have Barney, Rubble, Betty, and then their son Bam Bam. And then this next page has the deco, and then I put the extra boxes sheet on here. So we have the tall box, which is their mailbox that says Flintstone, and then we have like a giant dinosaur steak on their grill, and then their car in the driveway. And then we have the glitter headers, and then I just took out whatever was here and filled it in with things. We have the little things page, solid boxes, pattern boxes, and then we have this page which had a bunch of other stuff that I took out. We have the square boxes and stuff, and then the big box, as I call it. So this is from that scene in the intro where he is kind of sliding off of his work dinosaur, who I think operates as kind of like a crane, which is very funny. Not to be confused with good old Dino, who is here and much smaller. He is their little dog. And so here's the washi page. We have Fred's shirt. It's kind of more a dress than a shirt, which is just very funny. But his clothing pattern, shall we say. Alright, so that is what I printed out for myself for the kit. And now let's get into my foil bundle, which I called the Bedrock bundle, pretty much for the alliteration, and also Bedrock is the town where they live. So as usual, this collab kit or foil bundle was designed very specifically for this kit. So it could potentially be used with other Flintstone kits if they exist, which I'm not aware of any. But it is meant to go with this one perfectly, and I will kind of explain that to you. So as usual, the first page of full boxes in this kit and this bundle line up perfectly with the first page of full boxes in the kit. So Fred gets his little quote Yabba Dabba Doo right here, along with some bone corners and confetti dots. And then the double box scene has his shirt pattern around here, and then we have the car, which is kind of heading up the driveway, and then silhouettes of Fred and Barney standing in front of their house. I didn't make it true to scale necessarily. I feel like it's true to scale with the two icons with each other, but not necessarily to the scene, because I don't like making the foil bits too giant. And then so this quote here is a season 1 deep cut kind of. because that's mostly what I binged like half of season 1 and then half of season 6 before doing the bundle, just so I could kind of see the full range of like Flintstone things. So, because I had not seen any of the Flintstones before this week, essentially. The most I knew of the Flintstones was from my Fruity Pebbles cereal box, which is my favorite cereal, and I've been eating that since I was a little kid. But this quote is something that they say quite a lot in season 1. Both Fred and Wilma say it to each other whenever like the other person's like being a smart aleck or something. They'll say, "How droll, very droll," instead of like, "Oh, very funny," which they did switch in season 6, or possibly some point sooner. They did switch to saying like, "Oh, very funny," but back in the way beginning when the Flintstones first came out, the popular saying at the time must have been droll, which is another word for amusing. It's like a very archaic word, I want to say. So that's my deep cut quote, because it's like the one thing that I could pull out as like a catchphrase other than yabba dabba doo, because I heard them say it several times. So that was the other thing that stood out to me as like a quote. So, yep. How droll, very droll. And let's see, Wilma gets that box with a border. And then, of course, Bam Bam, whose famous quote is, "Bam, bam, bam." He gets that quote in that border. He's like super strong, which I think is hilarious. That's like his character trait, is that he's insanely strong for a baby, and just, I don't think anybody really acknowledges it. I mean, they like utilize it, but they don't acknowledge how crazy it is. And then, let's see, Barney gets the full confetti, which essentially just has like silhouettes of the characters, the car, that one of Fred's like outfit, and then like bones and stuff. And then Betty gets the bone corners, and then a little Pebbles over here gets the medium 4 corners. So of course these are like interchangeable. I mean, these 3, all of them kind of are. All of the character boxes would be fine with just like any kind of, corner border design like this. Alright, and then for the rest of the bundle, we have the underlays next, which I basically just grabbed the pattern from Fred's outfit and just made that the underlays. It kind of looks like terrazzo a little bit, which I do have terrazzo underlays in the shop, but this is specifically Flintstone terrazzo, essentially. So my thought process with this was, it's an easy pattern that kind of ties into everything, and also it's on like this pattern box, it's on the bottom washi, it's on the date covers, etc. But also, if you want to like recreate Fred's shirt as the underlays, you can layer this pattern over solids. So if you want to get this in black, you could layer it over like orange solids to recreate this, or like pumpkin, orange glitter, whatever you want to do. You can get black glitter or black unfoiled. Yeah, either one would work. And if you do want this underlay page in a different foil color than the rest of the bundle, just leave me a note to seller and I can do that for you. No problem. So that was kind of my thought process with the underlays. And now we have the headers page. So as usual, we have these 3 different headers, but I can customize these for you. I do this all the time for people. If you leave a note to seller telling me that you want like all confetti, for instance, I can make them all confetti for you. All confetti except like 2 of the fun ones for the sidebar. I can do that. Basically whatever you want. So we have the confetti headers right here. We have the alternating bones headers, and then we have the yabba dabba doo headers, which I can also kind of customize these for you if you want. If you want to do like, how there's like 3 boxes as part of each day in each column. If you want to do like yabba dabba doo, like one of each, and just like kind of spell out the phrase vertically like that, I can do that as well. So like these would all be yabba, these would all be dabba, and these would all be doo. So I can do that too if you want to like get creative like that. Just let me know and I can whip something up. but this is just what I have in the default bundle. And then over here we have 2 extra full box overlays. So pretty much everything else that I did in terms of full box overlays are going to be fairly interchangeable, because again, all of the other boxes just work so well with like any like 4-corner design. But what I had like as the template when I designed this was I had the pattern border over this one of the car, and then I had the silhouettes of Fred and Barney over the stake, which I don't know for sure if I would do that one. I feel like if you're gonna do that over any of them, the silhouette would work best either over the stake, or if you wanted to break up the double box scene, it would work really well over here, because this is like the emptiest box in the whole kit, and they could be like standing in their driveway or in his driveway. I mean, not to scale, but you get the picture. You get what I'm trying to convey. So if you don't want to use like all the boxes, you want to split it up like that, that could be an option. So that's kind of what I was thinking with that. And then we have our deco here. I basically just did a silhouette of like all the characters that I could. And I did them a little bit bigger, so you can use them either as deco or like in the corners of full boxes if you wanted to decorate them that way instead. So we have like the car, we have Fred and Barney silhouetted, we have the outfit, there's Fred, there's Barney who is like pointing, there's default Barney, Pebbles, Betty, Bam Bam, Wilma, Dino, and then the saber-toothed tiger, who, honest to God, I forget his name, but I'm pretty sure that half of it is, like, gonna get me demonetized, so I'm not gonna say it, but it's just the saber-toothed cat, which I think becomes a pet at some point. I'm not entirely sure. I did not include a silhouette of that freaking abomination. What is his name? Hoppy? He's, like, a freaking, like, rabbit-kangaroo hybrid that is the pet of, like, the Rubble family, Barney's family. I don't acknowledge the existence of that thing. I hate the noise it makes so much. It looks creepy AF. I don't like it. So he's not anywhere in this kit, as it should be. I have deemed it so. And then we have Bam Bam's club, a couple of bones, and then just mini deco at the top. So that is the deco page. And then for the bottom washi page, we once again have the silhouettes of the characters. I kind of try to pair them up thematically, and then like the cars in between them. Fun fact about the car, I used to always think growing up that they didn't actually drive the car. They like ran basically holding up the car, like pretending that it was actually functioning, because I had probably seen a clip of that, and I thought that like that's how they just quote unquote drove. But actually that's not true. They only do that sometimes. They do actually drive the car most of the time, but if it like gets stuck somewhere, then they like lift it up and just start like walking with it. So fun fact, in case you didn't know that and you don't know anything about the Flintstones except that, that's a little debunking for you. But yeah, very funny. So anyway, the pairs I did were, of course, Fred and Barney, Pebbles and Bam Bam, and then Betty and Wilma. And then, yeah, we have the confetti down here, which has Fred, a bone, and then the club. And then there's some patterning in there from Fred's shirt. And then for the add-on page, this, of course, features the extra, like, box overlays. So we have 2 extra full box overlays, which the way that, like, these collabs are formatted, I always have 1 extra overlay than what is included in the kit, just because of her format and my format. Which basically enables like some interchangeability. So if you don't like one of the other ones that I did, you can just substitute a full confetti for it, which is like extremely basic. So feel free to like swap this out for one of the quotes, or if you like think the bones is too boring, you can do that. Just whatever you want. So yeah, those are the 2 extra full box overlays. And then for the tall box, I just love doing patterns like this essentially that are kind of just the opposite corners are kind of the same thing. So you have the bones in these corners, and then we have the shirt patterning in the opposite corners. So that is meant to go over this tall box here. I tried to like make it so that none of the Flintstone word was cut off. So if you do that, it should line up just so that it doesn't really cut too much off. It might cut off some of the E. I don't think so. You'll see when you lay it down. It's not like too crazy or anything. And then let me grab the big box real quick so I can show you that, because I do kind of want to layer that one for you guys. So I did like a bone border, the alternating bones. I mean, mainly this is based off of the bone and Pebbles hair, but like there's dinosaurs everywhere. There's got to be dinosaur bones. So I did that over here, and then you may notice that there's 2 gaps, and that's obviously because I didn't want to cover up Fred's foot or the dinosaur's face. I'm pretty sure that dinosaur has a name. I've just only ever heard it once, and I did not remember what it was, but that dinosaur is named, rest assured. But yeah, you can see how it like kind of fits perfectly around the foot and the face. So rest assured, I designed these overlays very specifically. None of the gorgeous clip art is going to get covered up, which is one of the reasons I think my collabs are so popular and that I just love doing them, because I know that it's going to be a perfect fit. And then we have our hole reinforcers, which have like the bones and the strip patterning in them. I realized I didn't do any confetti for those, which is wild. Usually I do. But yeah, that is the foil bundle. I'm so freaking hyped for this. I did not know anything about the Flintstones until this week, like I said, and now I'm kind of obsessed a little bit. Like, I'm seriously just binging through all of it. It's just so funny, and it's so old, like, all these traditional values everywhere. It's just, like, a different time when the show was made, but it's honestly, like, a really fun, like, blast to the past that I never existed in, so I'm just loving it. It's just such a different vibe. So I'm very excited to be using this kit and this bundle for this week. So I didn't talk about foil colors. Brandy has a few recommended in her video, but when I swatched it in real life, I was really feeling like ice blue and not much else. She's like all on the orange glitter train, which you can if you want, but all of the orange foils that I know of are brighter than this. Like the way it looks on screen and the way it prints, this is pretty much color accurate. It is like kind of a deeper orange. And then the foils are very bright. So it's not going to be an exact match if you want to do orange. Ice blue is about as an exact match as you could possibly get with a foil. I feel like you could also do like grass green if you wanted, but I mean, it's kind of like that color. But again, it's not a super exact match. I was really loving like the pink vibes of these little flowers that are everywhere. So I don't know, if you weren't going to do ice blue, I feel like I would have to recommend light pink, which is funny because I think I also recommended that for like the past 2 bundles. It's just light pink works with so many things, and it would be a great contrast because it's only like a small touch, but it's in like pretty much every full box. So like it would work very well as a foil. And that's also why I did the ice blue, because again, there's only a little bit, but it's like a great contrasting color, because like you could put it over like any of the boxes and it's not going to cover up any of the actual blue part, because that's always like in the middle. So yeah, I might do a mix of ice blue and light pink, because I just always do mixed metal these days. I don't know what I would do for the underlays. I don't think I would do the thing that I said, because I don't do crazy underlays anymore. But we will see. We will see. I might just stick with that though. So very excited about this. So yeah, as usual, this collab bundle will be available in my shop as a printable or a physical. If you get the printable, you will get all sheets. And I will also be including a separate listing for extra underlays, which I just haven't been doing because I'm just silly. And people like ask me if they can get underlays like separately, and I do that as like a custom, like, you know, a nice favor in orders. But I should just like list them. I don't know why I haven't been doing that. So I will list underlays that you can buy separately if you need more than 16, and if you use extenders, that will be available. And you will get that sheet in the printable listing as well. And then if you get physical, you can get it unfoiled or foiled in any of the 46 main foil colors available in shop, plus any of the 3 quarterly foils, which this quarter we have light olive, green glitter, and waterfall. Not that I think any of those would be super applicable, but you can if you like. And then you can also get it as a mini kit, which does not include underlays, where you can get it as an ultimate, which does. And then the add-on sheet is going to be an option for both the mini and the ultimate. So that's pretty much all the basic stuff out of the way. this is available in shop now, and be sure to head over to Randy's shop to pick up the kit, which I think will also be available as a printable. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. If you want to like, comment, subscribe, and share, that would be amazing, and I will see you in my next video. Oh, if you listen to this long, we have another collab coming really soon, so pay attention to that. It is another like kind of very old property, I should say. I won't say it's like a show or anything or a movie or whatever it may be. I won't say, but it's another like nostalgia thing that is going to be so awesome. And I will see you at my next video. Ciao, ciao.